Peace, lovies. It is Amira, also known as Blissfully Mindful, back at you with another Eating Mindfully video. I decided that I wanted to make some cinnamon rolls. I've never done this, and I wanted to challenge myself to make it with my starter instead of yeast. And it was interesting. It was an interesting process. I learned a lot, but I just wanted to share, this experience with you all. So anyway, let's just get into it, and I'll go over the bumps and stuff as we go. So anyway, I started out. I could not find a recipe, you all, for doing it with your sourdough starter instead of yeast. So I was kind of winging it here. So I started out with 2 tablespoons of plant-based butter and some plant-based milk, maybe about a cup or so, I think, of plant-based milk. And then there's my starter. I wasn't really sure how much to use, so I used about roughly 50 grams. I don't know, you all. I mean, it's something like that. I didn't use too much because I didn't want it to taste like too sourdoughy, and so I didn't use that much. So anyway, all I had on hand was spelt flour. I probably won't use this again. It's so heavy, and I just don't think it's a good idea for cinnamon rolls to use spelt flour. It's just, as much as I'm trying to be alkaline, it's just way too heavy for baking, I think. This kind of baking anyway. Maybe my bread is fine, but not cinnamon rolls. I will probably go with something a little lighter, but it worked though. So anyway, I just threw in about 4 cups of flour. I added some salt and sugar and just kind of mixed it all in. Until it was all blended. And then I just decided to not dump it all in there though, into the milk mixture. And plus I was trying to let the sourdough starter proof, or if I think that's what you call it, but get those little bubbles. So, people that use yeast did this step, and I felt like since I used my starter, I needed to do it as well. So that's what I did. So I kind of let that sit and just keep getting all those little bubbles going and activated and all that good stuff. And then gradually fold in the flour into that. So that's what I did. And I just kind of added like a cup at a time. I didn't feel like it was a good idea to be just like dumping it all in there for whatever reason. I don't know. I just felt like I should blend it better. So that's what I did. But yeah, this was very challenging recipe because I just kind of had to make it up, and I really could not find anything. I was looking on YouTube, and everyone used yeast. No one used their starter to make a cinnamon rolls, and and no one was trying to do it in any kind of alkaline fashion, which, I mean, I get it because cinnamon isn't even alkaline anyway, and so what's the point? And honestly, if I do it again, the alkaline's going out the window for it because it's not even alkaline anyway. So it's just like, for what? I'm just not going through all that, and I just want some good ass cinnamon rolls, and so I'm just going to make it so that it comes out good. Now, normally for my plant-based baking, I use whole wheat pastry flour, but I didn't have any on hand. But when I make this again, I will absolutely be using whole wheat pastry flour because that's definitely my go-to when I do any kind of plant-based baking. And which you all stay tuned because I do a lot of baking in the cold months. I love to bake, and there's a lot of things that I want to try out for myself and just empower myself to learn how to do and prepare and stuff like that. So I just want to really stop eating processed food of any kind, and I just want to empower myself just to make whatever it is that I want. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that this fall and winter season. So I hope you all will stay tuned for that because it'll be a learning process for all of us, as we are embarking on our conscious living and conscious eating, and just are very mindful of what we are consuming and all that good stuff. I just want to really make sure that I'm doing that and I'm living that because, I don't know, all this processed food, I don't know what it is, and I don't want to keep on eating that stuff, and I just want to eat fresh stuff. The restaurants, the food is so mediocre, and it's really not even impressive anymore. And I don't know, stuff is just so gross to me. The restaurants just aren't as, I don't know, maybe because now we're all germaphobes. It could be that. But I just find that I just rather just cook in my own kitchen. I know what's going in as far as the ingredients. I know the state of my kitchen as far as cleanliness. And this just feels better. So this is what I'm going to be doing a lot of. So definitely stay tuned because I am looking forward to this. I have so many recipes that I want to try that is not even funny. I want to try sushi. I love sushi. I want to mostly start doing things that I would eat regularly and that I actually love to eat. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But anyway, I'm just kneading this dough up. I don't know if I'm even doing it right, to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, I guess you need it a little, but not too much. I'm not sure you are. I'm still learning about bread baking and stuff like that. And just the science of it is such a science. And so anyway, I cover that to let that double in size. It took a few hours actually. I think it's because I'm using this dense ass spelt flour. This flour is so damn dense, you all. Oh my gosh. Look, you all. It felt like a brick. When once it doubled in size, it was so huge. So I felt like I needed to knead it some more to maybe kind of give it a little more looseness. And actually I let it sit some more, and it did get softer. It got softer. I did some kneading and letting it sit and all that good stuff. But yeah, it got softer. Now, you all know I'm working in this tiny ass kitchen, and that's the other challenge that I'm facing is my tiny ass kitchen. So I have this small ass rolling pin because I had a bigger one, but this damn countertop is so small that I couldn't even roll anything because it kept hitting stuff. So I had to get this smaller one. But this one is the perfect size though, actually, for the space that I have to work with. It's just that stuff like this takes so long. It wouldn't take as long in a regular size kitchen, but because of what I'm dealing with, something as simple as rolling takes a while. So this is just, I don't know. I was trying to roll it in a square or rectangle rather to go on this chopping board because I know, at some point you're going to have to do like the roll it up in the cinnamon roll. Now this here is just cinnamon and cane sugar, and that's all it is. I'm not sure what else you're supposed to put, but that's what I put. And then I melted some butter, and I know you're supposed to put the butter onto the put the butter onto the dough so that the cinnamon sugar mixture will stick. So that's what I'm doing here, just kind of brushing on this melted butter. And I'm not even sure how much you're supposed to use. I honestly didn't use that much. Now, next time, I think I need to use a little more because it hardly even held it. Like, it didn't stick very well. So I think I need to use more. And something else I need to do differently next time is roll this out thinner, because I did not roll this out thin enough. And that might be in part due to this small ass kitchen and just mine not having a lot of space to roll this dough out the way that I needed to roll it out. So I may just have to make less dough next time so that I can roll it out thinner and just maybe make 2 batches. That'll probably work. But definitely that's what I'll do. Lesson learned there. But I learned a lot of lessons here. But I'm definitely going to do this recipe again. But it's just that it's some things I'm going to do differently next time versus what I did this time. Like I said, this was my very first time. I will continue, though, to use my starter because my starter was not a problem at all. I just don't want to really use yeast. I do so much, to keep my starter going that I feel like I need to use it. And so I'm definitely going to always use my starter. It's just that I would pick a different flour next time than this. But yeah, so you all, I started to roll it. Also, what I realized, I needed to roll this out thinner. And so for this part here, you need to roll it really tight, like as tight as you can get it, because this roll that I did is so ridiculously loose. It's like way too loose, honestly. And I wish that I would have done it tighter, and so that the roll, it could have been more rolls. Like, I feel like I didn't even get to roll it that many cycles before it was already done, and that's because it was so small anyway, and the dough was kind of thick. So next time I will definitely roll it tighter. And so I saw some people cut these with a knife, cut the rolls with a knife, and I saw some do it with this thread method. So I just decided to try the thread method. It just looked easy, but it was not easy. It looks easy, but it's not. It was kind of challenging. I'm not sure if I would do that again next time, but I need some better cutlery. I'm not sure. I wasn't sure if my knife was sharp enough, and I wanted a clean cut. So that's why I decided to go with the thread. But I mean, I like this method, and it probably would be even better and more effective had I rolled it more times and the dough was thinner. I think it would have been easier, because it actually is not bad, doing it with this thread. It's actually not so bad, but it's just that, I don't know. I think next time I'll just kind of do something. I'll try it both ways. Maybe next time, maybe I'll try it with a thread, and I'll try it with a knife and see which one I like best, because I don't know, because this is my first time. But, and then this roll, like, I felt like it wasn't even a dozen cinnamon rolls. Like, yeah, I definitely did some things wrong this time that I'll have to fix next go round. But, this is my first time, you all. I've never done this, but it's really easy, and actually it's not even hard to do. So this is something I could easily whip up whenever I feel like it. Now that I know what I'm doing, I can definitely make it way better than it came out this time and all that good stuff. But yeah, I can definitely whip these up, whenever I want. So that is exciting, because my cinnamon rolls with some chai or something. Oh my gosh. But anyway, here they are. I popped them in the oven. I'm not sure how long I left them in the oven. I just kind of waited until they got that like light brown tint. And I made some drizzle for it. It was just some powdered sugar and milk. I think coconut milk, actually. I probably should have just used hemp milk, though, because I didn't quite want a coconutty flavor on my cinnamon roll. So next time I may not use coconut milk. I may just use my hemp milk. But I just want a light drizzle. Now, next time also, I want a thicker icing. So next time also I will do that, because this one I didn't do that this time. I just kind of made something like like just a drizzle. But next time I want the actual icing on there. So I'm going to actually change that next time. But nonetheless, these came out very, very delicious. We tore them up, like literally ate these things up. I don't even know. Yeah, I tore these up. We were up here, the last one, like, you want it? You can have it. No, you can have it. No, you can have it. Like, we were all like, okay, like seeing who's gonna get that last one. But these definitely came out good. They will come out much better next time. I'm also gonna chop up some walnuts, maybe, and put in the center as well with the cinnamon and cane sugar. I think that would be nice, or sprinkle it on top, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna try some different things. But there they are, you all. So thank you all so much for joining me. And, let me know what you think in the comments. And please, if you all have some tips, oh my gosh, please do not hold back from sharing those with me in the comment section, because definitely I can use the tips, okay? Especially as a new plant-based baker, that's trying some stuff outside the box with some starter. Like, starters are very popular, but I'm just kind of getting into that culture of all the stuff you can do with your starter. But anyway, I love you all bunches and bunches and bunches and bunches. Sunflower smooches, peace and love, and I will see you all next time. Mwah.